Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our very first Virtual African Philanthropy Forum conference, which was aptly themed Driving the Decade of Change. In giving these closing remarks, we will be closing the door on a platform that has facilitated lively and stimulating conversations over the past 3 days. I feel blessed to be entrusted with such an undertaking, which entails energizing eminent people from different parts of the world of philanthropy in the fields of government, industry, academia, and the media to take action and work towards the Africa we want to see. As with all such events, this conference has been an outstanding example. Our minds have been assailed by a torrent of ideas, information, statistics, interpretations, and visions. And it will probably be a day or two before we can sift through them all to consolidate our own personal perspective. There is indeed plenty to reflect upon. And if this in any way enhances our individual and collective contributions to meeting the challenges African faces, then the conference can truly be adjudged a success. In the past 3 days, we heard from a community of changemakers. They drove discussions geared towards leveraging philanthropy for greater good of Africa and for the needs of generations to come. The community must ensure at all times to learn and share best philanthropic strategies to deepen and strengthen homegrown philanthropy and collaborate to amplify the impact of our philanthropic endeavors. Numerous positions and points of view have been outlined and many messages have been delivered, covering the whole spectrum of driving change in Africa as seen from the perspective of the speakers and contributors alike. I would like to briefly review some of the main points aired during our deliberations. Day one reawakened hope in Africa, or it reawakened hope in us as Africans, highlighting our resilience in the face of adversity, especially with respect to the pandemic. It was noted that African countries can build inclusive and sustainable economies if we strengthen strategic sectors, embrace the digital age, and more digital technologies in the public, private, and social sectors. Day two focused on the critical impact of climate change on food security and the essential role we as philanthropists can play to boost food production for our growing population. The good news is that the abundance of agricultural resources in Africa places us at a vantage position to attain Sustainable Development Goal number 2 and realize food security, not just on the continent, but to become a prime food supplier to the rest of the world. We also learned that when we think about the role of agriculture, we should not only focus on achieving food security, but also gaining economic advantages. Today, the speakers challenged us as philanthropists to make Africa work for its growing youth population. This can be achieved by urgently pooling resources and collaborating to drive systemic change in sectors that have the potential to accelerate opportunities for youth. Beyond the plenaries and breakout sessions, we have networked and connected with like-minded individuals over the past 3 days, and we are optimistic that these connections will be leveraged to drive impact in Africa. An important highlight was the selection of the Farm Grow Africa from Kenya as the winning initiative working in the food security space. To receive the proceeds from the conference, registration fees and funds raised via the GoFundMe campaign. We are grateful to everyone who voted and donated towards this laudable initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the African Philanthropy Forum, I would like to thank our keynote speaker, Dr. Mo Ibrahim, founder and chair of Mo Ibrahim Foundation, the speakers, moderators, and all our attendees, without whom this conference would have been impossible. Your presence has been invaluable and, without a doubt, elevated the quality of the conference and contributed to its success. Thank you very much. We deeply appreciate APF's funders, including Delta Philanthropies, Conrad N. Hilton Foundation, C.S. Mott Foundation, Ford Foundation, and Walker Family Foundation for believing in us and supporting our vision. To the APF board members, ably led by our board chair, Sisi Masiwa, thank you for your presence over the past 3 days and for your unwavering support and contributions to APF. We would also like to acknowledge the amazing support of our advisory group for their support through the planning of the conference. We are grateful to the APF team, conference planning team, volunteers and technical team led by Monson Layode, the Executive Director of APF, for the effort that went into pulling off a successful virtual conference. Well done, Monson. In closing, we would like to take this opportunity to invite you to join APF, a vibrant community of philanthropists and social investors committed to doing good and driving homegrown development in Africa. As you know, the task before us is huge, and no one individual or foundation can turn Africa around. This can only be achieved through collaborative effort, and we look forward to joining forces with you. Please visit our website at africanpf.org or reach out to Monsoon and her team to learn more about how to become a member. Once again, thank you for your time and commitment, and we look forward to welcoming you to future events. Stay safe and God bless.